Cult leader Alcaeus Anox Numitar once said, "When people go from pretending they care to no longer pretending, when the deviance of those that rule us is allowed to hit its natural endpoint, that is when the world will end, and we will be but a blip in the endless void that is the universe." Now, I like to be more optimistic in my thinking, but the world has proven me wrong time and time again.
Micro!
The truth is, we might be outraged by him, by the Epstein class of elites right now, but we don't understand what they represent. People are outraged at all of this right now, but when the outrage fades, when people get bored and move on to the next disaster, what will happen? When will people realize there is a system in place that backs the few over the many? A legal system that allows for expensive lawyers to outdo public defenders and grant evil men sweetheart deals. A legal system that banks on rich men making sure certain cases never make it to trial. A political system where entire campaigns are funded by the ultra-wealthy lobbyists and nobody asks, where is all this money coming from? You need a system that has numbed its population to the point where all they care about is this, and the mindless churn of entertainment slop on their phones and TVs. All they can do is swipe on their feed to the next tragedy, and with that comes our collective torment. We are living in spiritual hell. The elites declared war on us a long time ago, and we're too sedated to fight back. The governments we pay taxes to are ran by child predators and sexual deviants. The lobbyists who decide how laws are shaped profit from atrocities overseas. Corporations are increasing monopoly on all things, turning everything that meant something into nothing. Politics isn't a voter's game, it's an elitist game. Our votes are used to reinforce their system, which will never change, no matter who gets elected. They just tricked us into thinking any of it matters. We outnumber them by millions, and yet they can keep us distracted and divided, at war with each other, pawns to an ongoing societal chess game played by those that don't give a They win either way, and the people who haven't bought into the war, they can't do anything about it. And many won't even if they could, helpless drones to a decaying world. The internet has normalized terror and violence. It's all about likes and shares now. The ever-growing algorithm must be pleased. And if this wasn't bad enough, predators roam the streets, influenced by the lack of accountability at the top, inspired by degenerates like Epstein. I've seen it in my own town. Killers in masks. Of course, Epstein was always inevitable. This is the normalization of deviance. This is what the system allows. Organizations allowed this man to go on doing what he did. Everyone connected to him looked the other way. The ones who allegedly hired him are actively destroying a whole country of lives right now. The elites who own majority of media while funding mass killings globally, they want it to happen. And we pay for their products and services endlessly without asking what the end result of this will be. This same system we allow to exist that concentrates so much wealth at the top for these degenerates to have and leave people at the bottom desperate, ready to be used and abused by those same degenerates. We as a people have allowed this evil to fester. And who am I to judge? I'm guiltiest of all. I'm shouting at them all through an abyss with a platform, cosplaying as a vigilante, but is this working? Am I even making a dent in the fabric of this shit-stained reality? None of it makes a difference. So, how does one fight a system? It's easy to fight a person or a group, but an entire system? You're fighting against the norm of society. To call this an uphill battle doesn't even begin to cover what this war really is. But I am tired of chasing empty streets. I'm sick to death of fighting ghosts. Is this the system God intended for us? Is there even a God? I'm not sure anymore. I'm questioning myself. I don't know if he's good, evil, or indifferent. I hope he's out there. I wonder what he thinks of his creation. Maybe he doesn't think about us at all. Maybe he's embarrassed by us. Maybe he's waiting for us to not just stand up, but look up. Maybe Judgment Day is like the religions wrote about, or maybe it's something far worse. But what to do with the reality we've been given? Well, I have two choices. Start mindlessly destroying everyone around me and become a nihilistic killer, or attempt to make a dent. I can't save the world, but I can carve a piece of it, a small, fragmented piece of history, and use it as a metaphorical shiv towards those that deserve it. People might call me an extremist, a psychopath, a crazy, a masked maniac. I might be all of those things, but one thing I'm not is quiet. One thing I'm not is sedated. I'll take on my masked rivals first. I'll chase them to the corners of the earth, even if my morality is stripped from me in the process. I can take it. This war must be fought, one predator at a time, one coke line at a time.